beautiful people. Greetings and welcome back to Inspired Messages. I would like to take this time to thank everyone that has subscribed thus far. Thank you so much. Thank you for visiting. I hope that you all are doing well and are healthy and sound during this time. I would like to say thank you to my ancestors. Thank you to my spirit guides, spirit helpers, and spirit protectors, my divine army, who is always with me, guiding me, supporting me, and protecting me. The topic of our segment today is nature is our doorway to healing. Everything on this earth, in one way or another, depends on nature. Our ancestors knew and understood this and therefore followed the cycles of life. They had a comprehension about nature and knew the importance of being connected to their spiritual and cultural history. They learned their history and culture through mythical stories, and these stories were told during family and community gatherings, and they were also taught their ways by their grandparents, because the children often spent a lot of time with their grandparents so the grandparents can teach them. And so this helped them feel secure. It helped them to have a sense of belonging and made them feel that they were part of something bigger than themselves. Across the world, we find different spiritual systems that honor nature. They honor the earth, they connect to the cycles of life, and they are in touch with the spirit realm. I am learning more and more each day and understanding that I don't view these as religions, but I view them as a way of life that we have lost connections to. The way of life that our ancestors lived by allowed them to understand signs and omens that a lot of times we currently view them, or we hear people view them as superstition. And when you look up the etymology of the word superstition, oh my gosh, you will find that it means fear or ignorance, and it's considered incompatible with the truth or reason. It's a standing over or above comprehension of many, and that's superstition. And this is clear to me because a lot of times when we see something and it doesn't make sense to us, we either fear it, or as we've been taught, to perceive it as negative or evil. But in essence, we are just alienated from our true selves and nature. Our ancestors knew the healing powers of nature. They knew that without nature, there could be no concept of community, of purpose, and healing. They knew that everyone was born with a purpose, and that purpose had to be supported by community. And they understood, and when I say a community, I'm not talking about what we're living in now, where you can have a neighbor that, it's been months that you don't see. I'm talking about a community where there was these communities would commune together and have gatherings, and everyone knew who lived in that community, and the children, they were all embraced, whatever. However, it was unity. And if you pay attention, if you look in your community where you live now, how close knit is your community? Do you truly have a community? Our relationship to the natural world and its natural laws determine whether we heal or not, because nature is the foundation for healing. Our ancestors also had direct experiences with nature and the spirit realm. Today, A lot of times, I think of a word that comes to my mind now when people hallucinate. We have a tendency, if someone hallucinates or they tell us this is what they heard, this person is perceived as having a mental illness. But let's think about this. Suppose that person was actually having a direct experience with nature or the spirit realm. What if having hallucinations are truly a gift, a special gift for a special person that is being perceived as having a mental illness? That's just a thought. The sun, the moon, stars, the rivers, the oceans, the lakes, the trees, plants, a hill, a mountain, the thunder that's roaring, the animals and rocks are all sacred and have the life-giving force of the Creator. The Great Spirit flowing through them emanates or vibrates at a subtle energy that has healing power, whether we know it or not. I consider nature as a textbook and a storehouse of remedies for human ills. So are we going to continue ignoring nature? Are we going to continue to perceive someone pouring a libation to honor their ancestors, pouring in a libation near a tree to honor the spirit of that tree? Are we going to continue to perceive someone that is speaking to the sun to shine its golden rays on their creation as worshiping evil or the devil, may I say? We must grasp this concept and grasp it quickly and make sense of this. Why do you feel calm by taking a walk in nature? Why is it that you take a deep breath when you feel anxious or stressed? Why is it so calming to watch a waterfall or to sit near a body of water? Why does sunlight trigger the release of serotonin in the brain? We must learn our ways, the ways of our ancestors, in order for us to live better lives. To help identify the purpose, function, symbol, and meaning of the powers and the energies of nature that is readily available to us, so that we can retrain our brain complex from the one-sided thinking process to allow us to unlock the creative, intelligent, and spiritual aspects of our minds that are suppressed. This is how our ancestors survived and thrived. They knew that it was natural to call on supernatural assistance when they needed help, and we must know the same. They understood the cycles of the sun and the moon. And we, as well, we need to learn the same so that we can comprehend that the summer solstice that takes place on June 21st each year is the longest day of the year, and that we should take this time to honor our path, to consciously expand through rituals of dance, ceremonies, bonfires, and community celebrations. To comprehend that the winter solstice is time that takes place on December 21st every year, is the shortest day and longest night of the year, and it is the time of rebirth of the sun, a time for renewal, for self-reflection, and to go inwards. To comprehend the four directions, the four directions of the earth all have a meaning and purpose. The east being the element of air, which is the gift of new beginnings and insight each day. The south, the element of fire. The gift is strength and discipline. The north, the element of water. The gift of healing and wisdom. The west, the element of earth. The gift of knowledge and maturity. We must take care of ourselves. Let us begin by honoring nature, Mother Earth, and all of her inhabitants. May we honor our ancestors and honor each other through rituals, and do not be afraid of the word rituals, because we perform rituals every day by doing the same thing, when you wake up, brushing your teeth, washing your face, going to work. Those are rituals. But through rituals and spiritual journeys of taking time alone, communing with nature, and tuning inwards, we can find a deeper meaning for life. I leave you with this for thought. What if everything in nature were not inanimate objects, but rather living presences, and the visible part of our nature was only a small portion of what nature truly is? For nature is our doorway to healing. Thank you for listening. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share this link with others. And as always, your comments are welcomed, and I would love to hear from you. Until next time, one love.